Hello and welcome back, BOAA friends. Guess what time it is? 20 time. All right, so make sure you've got your stretch strap for the end of the class, your soup cans or your weights, water, and a mat. Okay, so go and gather all your stuff and I will see you back here in 30 seconds. Start easy. You want to warm up. So just step tap. Start to add a little bit more arms. Have some fun. You don't have to follow what I do exactly, right? As long as you're getting your heart rate up and you're increasing your rate of breathing, that's what cardio is. The first 20 minutes of this class is cardio. So however you want to get your heart rate up, follow along or not, do your own thing. All right, let's reach it. And breathe, remind your body to breathe. Take it up. Doesn't have to be a big reach. Your reach is your own, big or small. Back to the front. Take it up. Fours. 1, 2, 3. Take it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Take it up. Sway. And reach. 8. Take it up for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what to do to the front. Take it up. And sway. Sway forward. Sway it back. And reach. 4s. Up for 4. Out for 4. Up for 4. One more time through. Up. Last time. Up. And sway. Forward. Back. Sway forward. Take it back. One more time. Forward. And back. Stay right here. Reach. 2s. Up. Out. Up. Out. Up. You got it. Back to 4. 3, 4. Up for 4. 3, 2. To the front. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it up. Back to 4. 2s. One more time. Sway forward. Stay here. Punch. Sway back. Stay here and punch. Sway forward. Give me some punches. Take it back. Threes no punches. Now punch forward. Punch up. Punch back. Punch up. Punch forward. Punch up. Take it back. Up. Recover and sway. Breathe. Grapevine taps. We're going to add knees instead of taps. You tap if you need to. Back to the taps. Go to the kickbacks. You're gonna add the arms this time. Tap and sway. Other way. Breathe. Knees up. Flat those wings. Kick back. Last time. Tap and sway. A little bit of recovery here. Woo. One more time through. Punch it forward. Punch it up. Punch it back. Up. Double punch. Take it back. You go to one arm if you want to, whatever you like. Always modify if you need to. Breathe. The more body parts you use, the higher the heart rate. Back to the single punch. Take it back. Sway. A little bit of recovery. Shake out those shoulders. Here we go. Knees. Add your arms, flap your wings if you want. Kicking it back. Back to the knees. Breathe. Kick it back. Back to the knees. Take it back. 3. Recover. We're going to go to triples. Knees and kick back, same side. Here we go. Knee, 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 knee. Flap those wings. Kick it back 3 times. Same side. One more time through. Knees. 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 Kick it back. Last time. Punch it forward. Punch it up. Breathe. Take it back. Get strong with those arms. Come on, punch. Forward. Take it up. Come on, punch me. Yeah. Double arms or single, whatever you like. Up. Take it back. One more time through, singles or doubles. Up to you. Woo. Take it back. Sway forward. Stay here. Sway back. Breathe. Grapevine top. Grapevine knee. 1. Kick back. Knees. Kick back. Sway. Sway. Punch up. Sway forward. Punch to me. Sway back. Woo! Punch it up. We're gonna march it out. We need some brain work as we get our cardio going. Here we go. Hip, shoulders, up, down. All right, that's too easy. March it forward. Walk it in chewing gum. Take it back. Forward. Take it back. Woo! Let's change it. Up, up, out, out, up, up. There's those drums. Ah! March it forward. Up, up, out. Take it back. Forward. Take it back. Out, up, hips. How I messed it up. Up, here. Out, up, shoulders, hips. March it forward. Take it back. One more time. March it out. Woo! My arms are, everything's sweating. I like it. My eyes are burning. Tap. Up. Play those drums if you want them. We're going to start bringing it down. We want to make sure that our heart rate and our respiration is down before we stop moving. Breathe. Focus on your breathing here. Sway forward. Nice and small. Stay here. Bring it down. Feel your heart rate starting to come down and your breathing starting to normalize. Just sway. If you do airplane arms, it lets the heat out of your armpits. That's a big heat trap. So raise your arms, wave them around. You want to dissipate that heat. Bring your heart rate down. Bring your respiration down. It's hard when the music's still bumping, I know. Take it all the way down. Make your way over to your water. Keep moving your feet. Grab a couple sips of water. Breathe. Start to move really small. You can still move to the beat of the music, just make sure it's small. Walk around in a circle, whatever you like to do. And we're just gonna pull it down and keep moving. It's hard to stop moving when the music is still pumping, right? So right now, we're gonna take 2 minutes and we're just gonna bring it all the way down. Focus on your breathing. No more music to focus on. Focus on your breathing. Put your hand on your chest. Feel what's happening with your heart. Is it still pounding in your chest or is it starting to come back down to normal? You really, really want it to come down before we stop moving to go into our strength training part of our 20-20-20. Okay, so stop the video if you choose and take as much time as you need to get that heart rate down and your breathing to become normal before you start the video again and come back for strength training. So take as much time as you need and I will see you back here when your heart rate is down and your breathing is normal. Grab some water. Okay, so you've got your soup cans, you've got your weights, you've got whatever you need, whatever you've got handy, as long as they match, right? You don't want one heavier than the other. Sometimes I'll see people using one weight in one hand and no weight in the other because they've got a sore shoulder or something. It's either weights in both hands, same denomination, same weight, or no weights in either hand, because you'll re-injure. You'll start to injure the side that you're using weights on. So you always, no weights or the same weights in both hands. All right, so we're gonna start nice and simple with that squat. So we're working upper body, lower body at the same time. Squatting will make your knees stronger, but you have to do them correctly. So I tend to do squats almost in every single strength training class that I do. Doesn't matter the age group. The earlier you learn how to do a proper squat, the less likely you are to get hurt as you get older, right? And if you learn how to do a proper squat as you get older, you can make your knees feel better. Okay, so hip width apart. We want to maintain the body's structural integrity, right? Me and my big words. All right, so I always take my time setting myself up. My butt's gonna lead like I'm sitting down into a little chair. If you want to, you can get a chair and put it behind you as long as it's on a non-slip surface or up against the wall. And that way, if you do lose your balance when you're trying to deepen a squat, you've got something there to catch you, okay? So you always want to be safe. And we're going to do a front lift. So our palms are facing the floor, the backs of our hands are facing the ceiling. We start with our weights here. As I sit down, my knees are bending, but they're not shooting toward my toes. My butt is going back, and I'm going to do that lift to the front. So I can get a lot of weight into my heels because I'm counterbalancing out the front. And then I stand back up. Okay, so that's what it looks like from the side. I'm going to face you. I want to do these with you. We're going to do 5, but we're going to do them super slow motion. The slower you do a squat, the harder your muscles have to work. So as we're sitting down, it's our lower back, our glutes, and our hamstrings, the back of our legs. When we're standing back up, we engage the abdominals and the quads. Okay? So we're going to do 5, but we're going to do them really, really slow. And you're going to feel the difference. I can do speed squats all day long. Doesn't fatigue the muscles at all. But as soon as you start to actually use the muscles, that's when you feel it. All right, let's go. Down for 1. Super slow motion. Lift and hold. And come back up slow. Resist temptation to pop yourself back up. All the way back up tall. Keep that core engaged, leading with the butt. Arms are coming out. Push your rear end behind you. Keep your chest up and lifted. And come back up for 2. You're feeling this already, I know. But that's okay. If you can't make it to 5, that's all right too. Down for 3. Hold, 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 hold. And back up as slow as you can. 2 more, we've got this. Down for 4. Slow, slow. Lead with your rear. Push your bum behind you. Don't let your knees shoot forward. Take a look down. If you can see your toes and your laces, you're good. If you can't see your laces, you know your knees are shooting forward. You need to get your bum back more. Last one. Breathe out. Slow, even breath out. And breathe in. Release the core, release the arms, release everything. Do a little swing. Make sure you're hanging on tight to your weights or your soup cans, whatever the heck you've got going on there. Recovery. It's very important. Again, I sound like a broken record, but it's really, really important. Don't go from one strength training exercise straight into the next without at least 30 seconds to a minute and a half of recovery, depending on what you just did, right? Shake up my legs a little bit. All right, we're gonna go to that compound shoulder press. If you have high blood pressure, this is really important, and a lot of people don't tell you this. If you have high blood pressure, it's recommended that you do not push weight above your head because it spikes your blood pressure even more than it's high already. Instead of doing a shoulder press like so, you should be doing a pulse instead. It's still working your muscles, but it's not aggravating your high blood pressure. So if you've been told by your doctor, don't push weight above your head, please don't. If you do a shoulder press and you start to feel faint or you start blacking out, put the weights down and sit down on the floor, okay? All right, so we're gonna hold static in the lower body. Holding static, not moving, takes muscle power. I'm bending my knees, I've tucked my butt under, and I've pulled my tummy in. So we're gonna start with that bicep curl. Get your shoulders out of your ears. Push your shoulders back and down, palms forward. We're only hinging through our elbows, so we hinge through the elbows. I'm not even hanging on. Don't put the death grip on your weights because that spikes blood pressure too. I'm gonna turn my palms forward. I'll do the modification first. If you have high blood pressure, please do this. Breathe. Pause. Turn your backs of your hands back toward me and bring it down. slow and easy. We'll count that as number 1. We're going to do 5 of these. Bring it up for 2. Turn. Press or pulse. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Coming up for number 3 and slow. Curl. Feel your biceps contract. Feel your shoulders work. Up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Feel those shoulders rotate. And bring it back down. There we go. This is the last one. 5. And turn. And press. Resist temptation to lean backwards right here. You've got weight above your head. You want to lean back. Make sure you've got that core pulled in tight. Turn. All the way to start position before you release. Don't start to release as you're bringing your weights down. You always want to come back to start position, end position before you release anything. And that way, you know where your weights are and you're not going to hurt yourself. Breathe. I always consciously breathe during my recovery because I want to get that lactic acid out that I just built up in my muscles, and I want to get the oxygen in to replenish the energy in the muscles. Muscles need oxygen to function, so you need to breathe. My goodness. All right, we're going to go to a front lunge lift. So we're going to lunge forward. It's easier to lunge backwards. It's easier to get your foot from here back to here, right? Even though you can't see what's happening back there, it's easier for your core muscles to get your foot back to there. Not so easy to get it from here back to here. This is the cheat that the body wants to do. Your core is going, oh, I don't know if I can do this. So your upper body goes, I'll help, and it goes like this. And your upper body launches itself backwards. And then you end up with a big pain in your back. So you want to keep the core. Again, muscles pull strength from the core. Arms and legs get stronger when the core is engaged. So let's do a couple of those just without your weights. So you're just going to let your weights hang here. Pick a foot, left or right, doesn't matter. So you're going to strike the floor with your heel. Both knees are bent. Engage, push back through the heel. The heel is the last thing to leave the floor. And then back to start position. Let's do one more time. And please don't be overzealous and do this. Now what? Right? So go where you can manage. Go where you can manage. One of these days, maybe you're going to be able to accomplish that. But today's probably not that day. We're going to add our arms now. So it looks like this from the side. We step forward and we lift as we step forward. So we're combining the movement. We're going to drop the arms as we push through that heel. Okay? So we're going to do 5 on each side. Start with your left or your right. Doesn't matter. Take your time setting up. Here we go. Stepping forward, lift. Bring it back. There's 1, 2, 3. Breathe. 4. One more. 5. It's very different than this, right? Because your upper body is trying to throw your lower body off kilter, off balance. So you're having to really, really contract those core muscles to maintain balance. All right? Little shake. Take a couple deep breaths. Good stuff in, bad stuff out. Let's do the other side. Here we go. 1. Pull that core in. 2. That's it. Breathe out for 3. In for 3, out for 4, in for 4, last one, out for 5, in for 5. What happened there? I was already thinking about recovery, right? So you get one step ahead of yourself and sometimes things fall apart. So we're just gonna breathe and recover. I'm just gonna grab, my eyes are burning. Rivers of sweat, which is good, which is good. We're not moving fast, but we're working hard. We're working hard. All right. Shake out those shoulders. Shake out those shoulders. At the end of the strength training part, I'm going to show you a shoulder recovery with weights. Okay? All right. So we're going to do some rowing. Looks like that, but we're going to bend forward. We're going to let our arms hang down here. And then we're going to push our elbows behind us. You want to try to get this part of your arm parallel to the floor, okay? You're going to squeeze the backs of your arms. Biceps, when you're picking up groceries and whatnot, that's my bicep. Gets a lot of natural work. What about tricep in the back, right? I've gotten to the point where bicep is so strong, tricep can't keep up. This hurts. It's starting to cause pain. This is pulling too much. This can't keep up. So all of your muscles come in pairs, so you need to work the muscles in the pairs that they come in. So bicep, we already did that. So now we're going to do tricep, back of the arms. Nice easy rows. So little bent over rows. Get your bum behind you, right? And you're just going to pull and release. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. This is working the upper back as well. Squeeze. We're going to add on to this in a second. Squeeze. We're going to do 2 more. Squeeze. Last one. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Release. Stand up tall and shake it out. We're going to add on to that to increase the work in the tricep. It looks like this. I'll do it while you're recovering. I'll do it from the front and I'll do it from the side. This is the side. So I bend my knees. So I'm going to row. Then I'm going to kick back, squeeze. Come back to here and let it come down. I'll do it one more time while you're recovering. I squeeze my shoulder blades, squeeze my triceps. Come back to here and drop it down. Okay? I'm going to grab a sip of water. Practice what I preach, right? If you're sweating it out, you need to put it back. All right, so I'm going to do one facing you. Then I'm going to turn sideways again so you can really see that squeeze in the back. All right, so posture, alignment. Here we go. Stick your butt behind you. Let your weights hang down. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades. Now we're going to kick it back. Squeeze the back of the arms. Come back to here and release. I'm going to turn sideways now. Okay? Row. Kick back and squeeze. Come back to here and release. We're going to do 3 more. Row. Kick back and squeeze. Feel the back of the arm. Come back to here. Release. We're going to do 2 more. Breathe out. Breathe. Here. And release. How many more did I say? We're going to do 2 more. Even if we were only supposed to do 1 more, we're going to do 2 more. Here. And release. Last one. Squeeze it. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Squeeze the back of those arms. Bring it back to here. Drop it down. Stand up tall. I don't know about you, but rivers of sweat. That one always makes me sweat. Okay? Oh my goodness. Okay. So we are going to end the strength training part with a little bit of recovery, like intense recovery. So you're gonna keep one weight or soup can. You're gonna put the other out of the way, and you're gonna widen your stance. We wanna be as stable as possible. Make sure that your feet are facing forward. You're gonna sit down into your imaginary little chair. You're gonna put your forearm or your hand on your thigh, not on your knee because that's too much pressure on that joint. Right here. And you're just I'm gonna use my body. I don't wanna use my arm muscles at all. I just want to let the weight move my arm. I can feel tension coming out of my shoulder. I had rotator cuff tendonitis about 10 years ago, and this was one of the exercises that helped heal me. So it's good preventative. If you have cranky shoulders, it's good prevention. So now I'm going to change direction, and I'm just going to let it go away from my body, but I'm moving my body more than I'm moving my arm. And that's helping move my weight, and my weight is moving my arm. I'm going to stand up, I'm going to take a breath, set up on the other side, and here we go. I'm not trying to make a perfect circle. I just want that weight to move my arm. Let everything go loose. Don't use the muscles around the shoulder to move your arm. Let it go loose. I'm going to stop. And I'm going to get going the other way. Breathe. Breathe. And come back to center. Stand up in stages. Stay here. Breathe. Make sure you don't feel dizzy. And then penguin walk your feet together. And we're going to put our weights away. You're going to grab your mat and your stretch strap, and you're going to come right back here, and I'll see you in 30 seconds. Okay, stretch strap, mat, and you've had a good drink of water, right? So we're going to get into the stretching, and broken record, here I am. Stretching is just as important as the other two parts that we just did. It's the third part of your fitness wellness routine. You've contracted your muscles, now you need to stretch them out. If you don't, they lock down your joints, and your joints don't move, and when you try to move them, it causes pain. So it's just a vicious circle. So you need to break that cycle, and you need to stretch more. So again, if this is the only part of this class that you rewind every single day, then do the stretching part. If you don't have time to do the other two parts, cool, but just forward along enough that you get to the stretching part, and promise me that you'll do it at least one good stretch a day. All right, so you've got your stretch strap. You're gonna hook up your right foot. Even if you have shoes on, avoid the arch of the foot. It's just a good habit to get into, avoiding that arch. We're gonna put our left leg in neutral, foot flat, knee up, and we're gonna roll it back. So our back is flat on our mat, and now we're gonna work on posturing this leg. I want to pull my toes to my nose, and now I want to straighten my leg. That's where I feel the stretch. I want to feel the stretch from the back of my heel all the way up to here, all the way through the back of my leg. Breathing, because we want to get the bad stuff out and we want to get the good stuff in. This is a really important part of recovery. If you want your next workout to be good and you want to feel good going into it, this stretching part right here is the key. Okay? Drinking enough water and eating properly, that's part of it too, but you really need to get these stretches in. So let the back of that leg stretch out. Breathe. And when you get to know the stretch routine and you don't have to watch the video anymore, hold the stretch for longer. Hold the stretch for as long as you have to make all of the tension go away. I'm going to bring my leg up a little bit more because there's no more tension in the back of my leg. That's how you go into a stretch. You start easy and then you progress the stretch until you feel tension, and that tension goes away. If that tension goes away, then I can make the stretch deeper. All right, let's drop it out to the side. Keep your hips on the mat. Don't let your left hip roll off as you drop that leg open to the side. And again, see what my toe just did? I'm like, no, no, no. Right? Always check up on your body parts because they will cheat every chance. You take your mind off it, your body will cheat. All right, I'm going to counterbalance with my left arm, keeping my hip. Pull your tummy in tight. This helps protect the lower back here. So pull the tummy in tight, stretching through the groin, and I'm feeling it up through my groin and into the inside of my right knee. Sometimes a lot of knee pain is caused by tight muscles on the insides and the outsides of the legs, and it's pulling your knee out of its spot. It's pulling it to the outside of the leg or the inside of the leg. So keep your muscles stretched out, and they will let go of pulling your joints in the wrong directions. Bring it back up. Get ready to switch hands. Everything falls across the body. Right hip's going to come off of the mat. Need to move over a little bit because I'm kicking. There we go. I don't need to kick the back drop down. There we go. Breathe. Nice chain stretch to the right side of the body. You're feeling it a lot right here into the lower back, up through the ribs. And if you turn your palm to the ceiling, if it causes pain, then put your hand down here. But if you can, open up. Watch what happens. My hand is off the ground right now, the back of my hand. As my shoulder stretches out, my hand starts to drop. Now it's touching the floor. That's how stretching happens. Don't force it. Over time, it happens. Release. Come back onto your back. Let's do the other side. Starting all over on this side. Set the right leg in neutral. Pull the toes to the nose. If you're feeling tension in the back of your leg and it's here, that's good enough. Over time, as the tension releases, you can bring the leg up closer to the top of the body. You don't want to feel pain. If you push your muscle too hard, it'll rip. And where the muscle ripped and it heals, that's scar tissue and that doesn't stretch anymore. So you want to avoid ripping a muscle. It takes a long time to heal. And it hurts. It's very, very painful. Breathe. Keep the toes pulled toward the nose. Keep that leg as straight as you can. Feel that stretch. And always keep in mind, you've got a tight side, you've got a not so tight side. This is my tight side on this stretch, but yet when I do the sciatic stretch, this is my loose side. So I'm looser through my hip than I am in the back of my leg. It's weird. All right, let's drop it out. Counterbalance. Stretching through the groin and the inside of the left knee now. Breathe. Pull your tummy in tight to protect your lower back. And if you find that a stretch causes pain right off the bat, don't do it. Don't do it. Find a modification for it. If you have to reach out to me, please do. You can reach out to me through Veronica and she'll get the message to me. So if you've got questions, please ask. Please don't fake your way through anything. Breathe. Bring it back up. Get ready to switch hands. Falls across the body. And look up at the ceiling if you can, keeping that leg straight. Feeling it in the outside of that left hip. Breathe. Keep looking up at the ceiling if you can. Nice chain stretch through the left side of the body. Breathe. Your body's under stress when it's stretching. It wants to hold its breath. Remind it to breathe. Bend your knee and release. Put your strap to the side. We're gonna go into those sciatic stretches. You're not stretching your sciatic nerve, you're stretching the muscle, the piriformis that pinches your sciatic nerve. So you cross that right ankle over the left knee. Again, making sure that you're in the notch. There's my ankle bone. This is the part that I'm gonna rest on my knee, above my ankle bone. And I'm gonna talk my right leg into relaxing through my ankle, my knee, and my hip. This is my tight side. This is my tight side. And you can see that by where my knee is. You'll see when we go to the other side, how much, what a difference in knee. There we go. Get ready to pick it up. You don't have to if you don't want to. If picking up causes pain, then you stay here. I'm going to use my left knee to push my relaxed right leg toward the top of my body. I'm going to help pull it with my left hand. Again, avoid your ankle bone. Make sure you're above the ankle bone. I'm feeling this deep in my glute, into my hip and the inside of my right leg, around my hip. I'm going to release it and put it down. I'm going to go to the other side. See the difference in where my knee is? My other knee was like this. This knee, because I'm looser on this side, through my hip, but yet I'm tighter in the back of this leg. Go figure. All right, I'm ready. I'm going to pick it up and pull it in. Breathe. This is really important to breathe. This stretch takes your breath away. Remind your body to breathe. Your ankle, your knee, and your hip are relaxed. And put it down. We're going to drop our feet. We're going to drop our knees. So you're going to reach out to the sides, palms up or down, doesn't matter. You're going to keep your feet tied together, your ankles and your feet tied together. And you're just going to slowly drop the knees to the right. If your knees don't, if this is as far as you can go, that's cool. Over time, once things stretch out, your knees are going to be able to, the side of your leg is going to be able to get all the way to the floor. Keep looking at the ceiling. Breathe. Keep your knees together, keep your feet together. This is a lower back stretch. Come back to center. Take a breath. And here we go, the other side. Breathe. And bring it back up to the top. Keep your feet, your legs in neutral. Open up through the chest. Open up through the chest. If your elbows aren't touching the ground, that's okay. That's okay. I've been doing this for a long time. Over time, good things happen over time if you allow it to happen. Over time, never force a stretch. Never say to your spouse or someone walking by, hey, push my elbows to the floor for me. That's not a good idea. That'll cause pain and your body will fight back. So just stay here and breathe. Feel your chest open. Take advantage. Breathe all the way in your belly. Breathe. We're going to start extending, so you're going to put your thumb on the floor and you're going to start extending that stretch. If that's as far as you can go without feeling pain, cool. Again, over time, as the muscles learn how to stretch and relax, it will be easier to go from one stretch to the next. Now we're going to extend. So you're going to push your heel You let your legs stay, a lot of people do the stretch like this. You need to let your leg be on the floor, and you're pushing through your heel, reaching through your fingers, and you're getting, again, another chain stretch. Breathe all the way from my fingers, pushing down through my heel. Breathe. I'm stretching through the side of my tummy as well. I'm opening up through the right side of the body. I'm going to bring it back. Bring my leg back to neutral. Let's do the other side. Let's start with our arm. Reaching from away from the top of the head. Thumb on the floor, baby finger toward the ceiling. Reach. Feel that shoulder extend. So now you're opening up under the armpit. And let's take it to the leg. Push through that heel. Reach. Push through that heel and reach through those fingers. You're getting longer on the left side of your body. Open those ribs. Feel your abdominals stretch out. Breathe. And bring it back. And just stay here, take a breath. All right, we're gonna roll over onto your side, left or right, doesn't matter. But just roll toward your screen, and whatever hip you rolled up onto, cool. So you're gonna bring your knee toward your screen. I'm gonna put this knee on the bottom of this foot. So I'm gonna sit up nice and tall. I'm gonna face you. You're gonna face your screen. Now we're gonna start moving this knee behind this hip, right? Keep the knee very bent. You don't wanna have a straight leg. You wanna keep the knee very bent as you scoot it back little bit by little bit. You're gonna feel from your hip bone to the top of your leg open up. This is a hip flexor. And then you want it to continue down through the quad. We sit way too much and way too long every day, especially right now, right? So the hip flexors are getting short and tight. And then when you go to stand up, it causes pain and your hips don't work properly and all of that. That's why everything is tightened up and shortened up. So you need to open it back up and stretch it back out for ease of movement. Breathe. Bring that knee back to the top of your foot. Always take your time going from one side to the other. I roll over onto my hip. I'm very mindful when I move my legs. I sit down flat on my butt. Now I'm going to do the other side. I worry about this leg first. Over onto my hip. And I start there. I sit up nice and tall. You want to sit up nice and tall. You don't want to be all hunchy. Pull your tummy in. That corrects your posture and sits you up nice and tall. Now I can start scooching. That is a technical term of movement, by the way. Keep the knee bent and scoot your knee behind your hip. Feel it open from here to here and then down through that quad. Breathe. Sit up nice and tall. Let that hip flexor open. Breathe. Bring that knee back to the bottom of that foot. Be mindful when you're bringing your feet to the front of your body. Don't turn a circle. Just bring your feet to your screen. Show me the bottoms of your feet. There we go. All right, you're going to bring the bottoms of your feet together. You can hang on to your ankles. Please don't force your knees to the ground, okay? If they're way up here, that's cool. Doesn't matter. We're going to get a little bit of an inside of the leg stretch here. But what we want to do is we want to open our shoulder blades. We want our shoulder blades to do this. So you want them to open and come forward. You want to roll your shoulders forward because we want to get a big stretch in our upper back. All right, so here we go. We're going to tuck our chin to our chest As we push our spine behind us, we roll our shoulders forward and we open those shoulder blades. It's hard to breathe, but do the best you can. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Open those shoulder blades. Feel the back of the shoulder stretching out. Upper back stretching out. Back of the neck stretching out and opening. And we're going to sit up nice and tall and feel the stretch on the insides of those legs. One more time. Breathe. And release. And we are finished for another week, everybody. So stay well, stay safe, keep moving, and keep stretching. And I'll see you again.